Good morning, vlogsters. Oh, wouldn't it be pretty to just have flowers at the edge of my screen? It is morning here in Rolla. I'm gonna actually try to vlog and get this up today so you guys can have like a real life experience. I'm still working out with the police department about live streaming again, so stay tuned about that. I'm gonna use this to scratch my ear. Because sometimes when I wake up in the morning, and sometimes in the middle of the night, my allergies, I have bad allergies, they drain, these liquid drains out of my ears. It makes them so itchy. My sister Jane said when you scratch it, it just becomes more irritated, but I get to the point where, I mean, I don't just scratch it because I'm bored. I scratch it because I can't take it anymore. Look, it's a flower. Anyway, good morning. I wanted to get on here because I wanted to vlog the day before yesterday when this all happened. And I decided to not. I decided to be calm and to come at this vlog with a clear head after I have come through the trials. Okay, first of all, don't panic. It's nothing huge. It's we thought we were gonna have company this weekend, and we love company. Don't ever take this as a message in any other direction. I love company. I love the fellowship. I love hosting. I love taking care of people, and it's becoming more difficult for me to do, but I really do love it. Every opportunity that I get, I'm excited to do it, as you can imagine. So we were going to have company this weekend, and it was going to be company that was going to require the guest room here in the office. So what I was doing, and to nobody's request but my own, I was mega crafting to get all the I guess like a week's worth of crafting done so that I could have videos to post, plus I could clean the office and not have to worry about coming in here and crafting while it was, you know, while I had company. While I was mega crafting, I was trying to really do a lot of different things, and there is an expression, I've used it so many times, it's called Murphy's Law. Murphy's Law is in effect when everything that can go wrong will go wrong. And it can really make you a negative person when it happens to you. It can really make you doubtful of your skill or doubtful of a higher power. It really can test your and try your patience. It really can. Let me just try to move this. I think that this little guy is in my light. Is there anything back there? No. Ah, look, Jerry. Good morning. She's not in the shadows. So the other day, sorry, I'm gonna blow my nose, and these little tissues here, and I'll explain that another day. The other day was, today is Thursday, so Tuesday? Yeah, because I took off Wednesday, so Tuesday. Excuse me. So Tuesday, I woke up and I was like, oh, it's going to be gorgeous out today. It was the first day that was like 50 plus degrees and not humid. If you guys have ever spray painted anything, there's instructions on the spray paint that it needs to be above a certain temperature and below a certain temperature outside, and it needs to be below a certain humidity as well, because the paint will stay tacky forever if it's not. So I had 4 5 really that required painting. One I ruined because I was not paying attention. But I brought 5 spray painting projects outside. And I get out there and I look at the weather, and the weather report's gorgeous, and I open the door and it's gorgeous. Like, I open the sliding door from the living room and it feels gorgeous out. You know, it's been so cold here this winter and everywhere in the United States. I'm not just saying here, obviously. But I stepped outside into my carport, and I have to spray paint in my carport for filming purposes. If I spray paint in the sun for filming purposes, the light blows the camera out. And I don't have a camera, I just use my iPhone, so it's a little bit more difficult for me to do that. There's a lot of light fluctuation, and it gets really bright, and especially I was spray painting some white things, and that really would have made it like, you people would have been watching and be like, oh, what is happening? So I noticed that under my carport, I did notice when I went out into the carport that there was a breeze, and I didn't read breeze on the weather report, and under my carport, the breeze becomes a typhoon massive wind tunnel. Maybe it just seemed that way. So one of the projects that I had, and let me see if I can, no, I took them all up. Well, I could show you here. I had a big piece of styrofoam. It was twice the size of this, and I styrofoamed eggs. So I stuck the eggs into the piece of styrofoam. As you could well imagine, this doesn't weigh very much. And what is it going to want to do when the wind blows? That's right, you got it. So, first I chased those. All I did was, okay, make a short story long. Tuesday morning is garbage day. So my garbage goes out Monday night. So Tuesday morning I go out, and I usually spray paint all my garbage can. If you've watched any DIY videos where I've spray painted, I have a big garbage can, and I lay a board across, and that's how I spray paint. So of course my garbage can's out of the street. So I had to put my eggs. I had a quart-sized mason jar, and I had all these big eggs. I had to put the eggs on the styrofoam onto the barbecue, which is up against the wall. The mason jar I put down on a chair. The big eggs I put down on the chair to go and get the garbage can. So I walk around, get the garbage can. Here comes a gust. I hear, yeah, because the eggs blew off. The eggs came off the stems. They're all over the ground. Now I have to re-stem them, which isn't a huge deal, but it's dark. You know, it's like windy, and I'm there, and it's cold. And 50 degrees isn't cold unless the wind blows, in my opinion, anyway. So it was just, I feel like it was a series of misfortunate events, and there was no Lemony Snicket around to discuss it with you all. It was a comedy of errors, let's put it that way, because I can laugh about it now. At the time, boy, I'll tell you. So then I finally started to spray paint. I realized that I was spray painting styrofoam, which wasn't a good idea, as you know. We've done that before. And I don't know what I was thinking. I'll be honest with you. I don't know what I was thinking. But that looks... We'll use them for something else. But I spray painted the 2 different size eggs. And, of course, the wind blowing. The eggs are spinning around all over the place. And it's hard to get nice coating. And it... So what I ended up doing was I spray painted some on the camera, and when you watch the video, or the videos, hopefully you'll see what I was going through. But then I finally decided to walk out of the carport. I filmed what I could. You guys have seen me spray paint before, so I didn't think it needed to even be that in-depth of a tutorial. But then I left the camera running, and I took the styrofoam and eggs, and I walked out onto the grass, and I just spray painted in the air. It was a lot less windy. I mean, you can also imagine, so when the wind blew, the spray paint was not going on the eggs, too. I mentioned that. Not only were the eggs spinning around, but the spray paint was like, I was pointing it this way, and it was blowing that way. Oh, goodness. Oh, it was so funny. It was so funny. So then that was all with white. I did the the 2 sizes of eggs there. I did those little cute little bunnies, which honestly look like white chocolate now, because you know how like the chocolate bunnies, they kind of try to give the bunny texture of like fur and stuff. That's actually what they look like. So they're really not atrocious, and there's lots of other things I can do with them, but I just thought it was like, how the HE double hockey sticks, did you forget that you can't spray paint styrofoam? And actually, not to my defense, but the Walmart acrylic spray paint doesn't really eat up the styrofoam. Whatever propellant they use doesn't eat up the styrofoam like other brands, like the Krylon does and stuff. It does a little bit, but not as much. But anyway, regardless, I didn't pay attention, and as I started to spray paint, it started to happening, and I could have just stopped, but I just kept going because I didn't care. I was like, let me see what happens. Let me see what they look like when they're done. So I have all of their little eyeballs and bunny tails in here. It's very sad. Oh my goodness, people. I'm so glad that you are friends of mine, because nobody but my friends would understand. So then the travesties continued. I had these giant plastic eggs. So the big one was I got from the 99-cent only store. For $1.99, I got a dozen large, if you could see, here I'll compare. These are the egg sizes from the 99-cent only store, and these are the egg sizes from the Dollar Tree. So these eggs were inside the big egg that I got. If you watched Shop With Me videos, here's the handle from it. So it had like a handle and it stood up. So the big egg was that. The middle egg was from the Dollar Tree. It was the egg that lays on its side, and it's 2 eggs, and you know, like 2 eggs, 2 halves like this. And the little egg was from the 99-cent only store. You got 2 of them, which is very similar to the one from the Dollar Tree, but you get 2 smaller ones. So I was trying to spray paint them as well. So first, I wanted to glue them closed. So I took crazy glue, and like official crazy glue, like from the Dollar Tree had crazy glue. And I glued them, and they all stuck, and they were great. So I started to drill a hole in them after I was painting them, and the glue came all undone. I don't understand how. It's plastic. If the one thing that crazy glue is good for paint, for gluing, is plastic. It usually bonds the plastic, like it melts the plastic both halves. And so what I ended up having was these strings. I really wish I had one. But it looked like a flat, it looked like a glue string, but it was flat. It looked like a really skinny piece of tape is what it looked like. And it just peeled right off. And I was like, are you kidding me right now? Like, so then the thought was to take, sorry, it had just fallen, to take this 97-cent dowel from Walmart, cut it down, and put all the eggs on there, because it's going to be an egg topiary. Actually, it is an egg topiary. I'll show it to you now. Oh. And to put it on there, because I wanted the eggs to be topsy-turvy. The inspiration was from Pinterest, and their egg topiary was like this. And now I know why. But I wanted mine to be like one egg this way, you know, like topsy-turvy. Kind of like we did the pumpkins at autumn. But it was the worst plastic to try to cut through or drill through. I didn't have a good time. Maybe if I had had a paddle bit or a spade bit, or sometimes when we grew up, we called them paddle bits, but they're actually called spade bits, which are these little flat things. They kind of have the point in the middle, and then it dips down, and then it's got like points here. And it basically drills bigger holes. Anyway, all of this to tell you that despite the bad days, I know this is a very long video to get to this. Oh yeah, so then this took me, I wish I knew, to try to get it, whatever, and then I just ended up gluing it. I can't tell you how well the hot glue held. I should have used the hot glue to hold the plastic eggs together. there's so many other things that I wanted to do with it, but I was so frustrated with it at the point, so I was like, I'm just walking away right now, and this might be done. I might just have to be done with this. But despite all that, despite having bad days, the important lesson here is that you can and will, especially if you want to, learn to laugh at them, because they're not that big a deal. They really aren't. I will tell you that at the time I was like very, very stressed out about it, mainly because I, again, was trying to craft quickly. Like, I was trying to get a lot done quickly, and yeah, and then I found out that I didn't have to, that company was not going to be able to make it, and I was not relieved, but I was thankful that I didn't have to push myself anymore, because I've told you this before, whenever it's forced creativity, I just cannot do it. People have asked, why don't you have a shop or store? And I'm like, well, because you can't force creativity in my book. And for me anyway. If I was a person whose art could be a repetitive sort of thing, like if I knew that I could just crank them out, like just keep doing it, then that'd be a different story. But I can't do that. I'm not built that way. So, that being said, how you doing? Oh, so that was it. I just wanted to tell you that, the story. I Instagram storied that night that I was like, DIYing had beat me, and I just went and I got a glass of wine to calm myself down. Yeah. And I crawled into bed and I watched Bringing Up Bates. It's a little guilty TV. My guilty pleasures of watching other people's families. Actually, I don't have kids of my own, so every time I watched a family about, like a reality show about someone's family, it's just like I have more family of my own. But now I have you guys, so they're just not important to me. Well, anyway, thanks for listening to me for all 18 minutes. It's almost time to have coffee. Yay! And I'm gonna try to attempt to get some more things done today because I'm feeling creative. Yeah, that's it. So if you ever get discouraged, if things are not working out your way, and you can afford the time to step away from it, I suggest you do that, because this is supposed to be fun. This is supposed to be the fun part. This is supposed to be enjoyable. And when it becomes not enjoyable, that's when you gotta figure out something different. Okay? All right. As always, you take care. God bless, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey, thanks for getting me to 1,000 subscribers on this channel. I'm waiting for Google to say when it's okay we can put commercials up. Yay! I just want to say thank you. I feel so loved. Sorry, that was a yawn. I feel so loved. Bye.